what are the most valuable insights or skills you've acquired from the AI product leadership course? And how do you think applying these, of course, you're launching a product, but applying these for product managers out there, how would you kind of connect these two pieces?
When I joined the course, all I understood was that, hey, this some ChatGPT, you can do some things with it. I had no idea about how to use it, its uh, limitations, or basic, not limitations, its capabilities. As a product manager, how you need to look at AI through a responsible lens, through a very inclusive lens. And also, what are the use cases that can even be solved with it? And let's say at times we see everybody saying, hey, yeah, we'll solve this using AI. But then there's a financial aspect to it as well. How much will an AI solution cost you? So the end-to-end problem solving through an AI lens, when AI is at the heart of the problem solving, it's scope, feasibility, viability. That's something I understood from the course. And when you do a project yourself, you learn things, and that just helps you.
Very, very valid 2 points that you made over there. So let's double click a little bit on the curriculum, right? Okay. What are the aspects of the curriculum for you? And let's break it up into two parts. A, the theoretical.
Yeah.
And B, right now, the practical, right? What are the key aspects or key pieces of each side that for you really stood out and worked? And what are one piece each which you feel could be improved?
Okay. So how the, when we talk about a theoretical and a practical aspect, it's very, in this course, it's very difficult to keep these two things separately. So let's say we are on a given weekend, we are talking about inclusivity, how you need to build products which are more inclusive to everybody, how a lot of LLMs out there have screwed up, in multiple ways. We know the examples out there. And the same week, when you are making a product, you will have that insight in your head that if I'm building something, I need to be inclusive. I'm just using that as an example right now.
Yeah.
So you mentioned here, let's take it two separately. I'm saying it's very difficult to take these two things separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And see, when it comes down to the theoretical part, the industry is changing rapidly. I mean, 2 weeks back, I knew Claude was the best LLM out there. Yesterday, Llama 3. Tomorrow, Microsoft is coming something which you can run on your phones. In a pre-recorded session, howsoever great that is, the curriculum is going to change every week. You need to be on top of it. Even if you're on top of it, it's still overwhelming. So somebody who's building his own AI products, Talvinder here, he knows what's happening and he knows the updates. So it has a curriculum, but then it has a added advantage of, hey, what's happening right now? So which is great, which I couldn't find somewhere out there. Else you need to be part of those subreddits, or you need to follow some Twitter threads to understand what's happening in the space. But here it gets delivered to you. So the tech that you're learning or the information that you have is not ancient. And in AI world, 2-3 months becomes ancient too soon.
Yeah. So, to summarize, you're saying the big difference here is there is no real differentiation between theoretical and practical. Everything's very interlinked.
Yeah.
And B, because of the speed or advent of change that we are seeing in the AI world, pre-recorded courses are not going to really work because everything is so new, it needs to come together.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Fantastic.
Let's come to the product building aspect. We were a batch of, I guess, 10, 12 people, in which 7, 8 people were active. That's how it works anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's some people who had a very nice tech background. Some people were just product managers from different spaces. And how the product building phase works is they ask you that, hey, choose the topic that you want to solve for. Choose a personal problem. Just do it. It does not need to make millions. It's a project. As simple as that. And then some people come together. Every Saturday, we used to look at somebody else's product, take inspiration that, hey, that person has done so much work. I'm lacking behind. I need to buck up. I need to buckle up. Or you get inspiration that, hey, I can also use, let's say, a new image to text in my product. Or let's say if I'm stuck on Glide, I know somebody else who's using Glide. I can, hey, help me out with it, please. So that's the beauty. You have a lot of people trying to solve different problems, but in roughly the same framework. They're using similar tools, similar tech. So you get help, you get motivation. And then it's exciting because that's your personal problem. I started with the problem that, hey, there are a lot of D2C businesses out there, and a lot of fashion D2C businesses out there, and the biggest problem is procurement. So I want to build a marketplace where they can take stuff from manufacturer, etc. Blah blah blah. Made a very good-looking 2-3 pages PRD, and Talvinder like, hey, this is great, but don't start a business. Work on something. And in the group, Talvinder mentioned work on a project that helps you get matches on Bumble. So I replied, what if we make a Bumble bio generator? And he said, that's a great idea. I said, but hey, will that really look good on a resume? I said, why not? And I started working on a Bumble bio generator, and I have the product almost 90% ready. It works, doesn't look good, but I'll make it look good. So that's the fun aspect of it.
In fact, I get what you're saying. The practicality of the live sessions and the interactions allows for real life problem statements, not some very far away, 5-year down the line kind of timeline kind of problem statements.
And now that you're solving a problem, trying to solve a problem through a product lens, you get feedback every week. That your problem statement is not well defined, or maybe you can solve it easily. This is not an MVP, or think about your GTM once you're close to releasing the product, or the design. So you go through all the product management aspects while building that problem. While trying to solve that problem.
Yeah.
So it's not just building a product, it's building a product plus product management, and you get feedback on it all the time.
Right. Not just you, but everybody in the batch have a job. Correct. Yeah. Whether they have their own company, whether they're working for somebody, secondary. But there's a lot of work that you guys have to put in if you are understanding product management in the new era, the third wave, whether it is building the product, whether it is taking the feedbacks whilst running your full-time life. So how did you, for example, manage to balance all of this out?
True, it is tedious. Plus, if somebody is not a developer, making a product is itself a daunting task.
Yeah.
You do it. We divided it in weeks. That, hey, take 1 week to just scope out the problem. Take another week to understand the tools available. So in the end, okay, let's say I know, that I need maybe 40-50 hours to solve a problem. But if you have 5 to 10 weeks for it, you just have to maybe give 5 to 6 hours a week. And trust me, that is how much I've put in, not more than that. And not all weeks, because life comes in. And another thing, because, all of us, we are working. We do miss Saturdays, Sundays because of something going on in our life. You can go back, look at the Zoom recordings. You can contact your peers. Talvinder is available on messages that, hey, I'm stuck here, help me out. And because you're trying to solve something, you're excited and you give in the energy, the effort yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not solving somebody else's problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people who come with everybody does a job and they know when they propose a solution to a certain problem, they're way more excited about it.
This is bang on.
Yeah.
It's bang on. Yeah.
And the curriculum is well spread. So it's not that, hey, you need to make an app in 1 week. People
Sure.
feel they falter, but you have a good enough 10 to 12 weeks of time where you're mentored. So and the tools available out there, be it an Adal or a Glide, they are not extremely difficult. 2 to 3 hours of learning and you're good to go and make a simple app.